Hey everyone, and welcome to episode number 69 of the Chris Rose Rotation, a production of JOMBOY Media. We're going to set the slate for the NLCS and talk about an outstanding all-star season with the one and only left fielder of your Cincinnati Reds, Jesse Winker. You are the guest on episode 69 of the Chris Rose Rotation, you sexy dog. Congratulations.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the honor. It's thank you.
Where's that go on the resume, by the way?
It's officially entering the resume. We'll see where the show goes for you, and then I'm just gonna, it'll kind of just climb up every rank that you hop up. It's gonna hop up with it. So how about that?
So right now, is it higher or lower than starting the All-Star game in Denver?
Lower, but not by much. How about that?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, where are we? How's the off season? I know it's only been a few weeks, but what's going on?
I'm in Cincinnati right now, and everything's been going well. Just getting ready to head back to Florida and spend some time with the family and enjoy some Buffalo Bills games.
Yeah,
that's really it.
Uh-huh. We'll get to that momentarily. Last time I talked to you, I think via Zoom, you were in your place in Orlando and you were still waiting for a couch to be delivered, and all you had were basically hardwood floors, and that was about it. Have we actually decorated this place finally?
Yeah, there's furniture. There's a TV. There's my daughter's entire room is set up. So we're rocking and rolling down there in Orlando now. So we've made a lot of progress this past year.
How old is your daughter now?
A year and a half.
Okay. So is she like, this is the time when kids are 18 months are playing with everything. Are you the dad that's getting down on the floor, playing with everything? What are we doing?
Yeah, no, I'm in the action for sure. I'm in the fight. It's fun. It is so much fun. It's cool because you see, I see my daughter, she's learning so much day in and day out, but the cool part about being a parent is you're learning with her, and it's amazing. It's so much fun. And I enjoy every day of it. There's you and I, we've probably been called a lot of things in our life, but being called dad is like the best. And that's it's amazing, man. It really is.
It's cool. I'm telling you though, those twos are right around the corner.
I've heard terrible twos, but I'm holding out. She's been amazing. She's been a little angel baby so far. She does have a little bit of an attitude. And she definitely probably gets that from me. Like I would say definitely she probably gets her attitude from me. But it's all good. We have a good time, and I know my family's looking forward to seeing her too.
On Sundays, or in this case for this week, Monday, do we dress her up in Buffalo Bills gear?
Yeah, she's got a bunch of Bills attire. She's got, a little cheerleader outfit. She's got shirts. She's got hats. She's got beanies, socks. She's got the whole nine. She's ready. She's already in the Bills Mafia, and she can't say Bills Mafia yet, but we're working on it.
So have you bought her little tables to jump through?
No, but maybe her and I will just jump through a table together. I don't know. Maybe it'll be something as she gets a little older. One of these off seasons, we'll just, jump through a table.
I love it. For people that they're like, well, wait a second, Jesse lives down in Florida. Explain why you are part of Bills Mafia.
So I was born up in Niagara Falls, New York. And when you're from Niagara Falls, New York, you are a Bills fan. And my whole family's from up there. And we moved down to Orlando when I was 7, 6 or 7. My mom says 6. I say 7. So she's probably right. So it's probably 6 or 7, whatever. And, once you're born in, it is what it is. So I've been a Bills fan my whole entire life, just like everybody else in my family. And, they've really turned it up a notch these past couple of years. So it's been fun to be a fan of the team. And, the city supports them. Probably they get behind this football team, just like, probably one of the best sports cities, in my opinion. You know, obviously I'm biased, but if you're looking for support from fans and getting behind a team, I don't think there's any better city than Buffalo, New York for the Bills. So it's fun, man. They're well coached, and they just beat the Chiefs, and they kind of just really just beat the Chiefs in Kansas City. So it was fun to watch, and like I said, it's a fun time to be a Bills fan.
Come on, dude. Puff out your chest. You handed Mahomes his first double-digit loss. Don't say, well, they beat the Chiefs. And don't give me all this bullshit coach speak. You can be a fan, motherfucker. Let's go.
Right. I didn't do anything. I just sat on the couch and watched and clapped. And but, yeah, like you said, it's a huge win for a team that, I've been watching some of the matchups, and it's always when teams go face the Chiefs, like when the Ravens went and faced the Chiefs, it was like Lamar versus Mahomes. And obviously when you have two big time quarterbacks playing against each other, that's your headline. But if you just go look at how well the Bills defense played and how well they were coached, and it was just kind of like a flawless win. They had the game under control on the road the whole game. And it was just fun to watch. And it was something that I was like, oh man, we got action here. So it was cool. And, you just keep going, you just keep watching, and you keep cheering them on, because it's fun. They play, I think I'm going to try to go they come to Florida twice. They play the Jags and then the Bucks. I think I'm going to at least try to go to the one in Tampa. I'll probably go to the one in Jacksonville too.
I was going to say, by the way, that's going to be an easier one to get tickets to. The Tampa one, I ain't so sure. You're going to have to pay part of your last year of arbitration money.
But I mean, anytime you come watch the GOAT, you're watching the GOAT, right? So it'll be worth it. Worth the price of admission for sure.
Had the Bills made it to the Super Bowl a season ago in Tampa, were you going to call me and ask for tickets?
Yeah, I was going, and it was because of you. So, 100%. If they made it, I had to go. And it doubles down for this year too. If they make it to the Super Bowl, I don't care where it's being played, I'm going to figure out a way to get there, just because not only would it be cool for me to watch, but it's so the Buffalo Bills, what it is, it's every Sunday, my whole entire family watches it. My grandma up in Niagara Falls watches it. Everybody down here watches it. And if we're not together, we watch it separately. And then, come Monday, we all talk about it, right? That's what football is for us as a family. And it'll be cool to, if they did make it to the Super Bowl, to go watch, because that's what you're supposed to do. And it'd be something fun for sure.
You said you don't know where the Super Bowl is?
Well, is it in Vegas?
No. Do you know where I live?
It's in Cleveland?
No,
it's in LA. Oh yeah, it's in LA.
Yeah, it's in LA. So
yeah, that new stadium, that'd be cool.
I've got your tickets, and I've got a room reserved at Casa de Rose.
I appreciate it. But if I'm coming, that means the whole Winker clan's coming. So you're gonna need like a whole Casa de Rose.
Oh man. If so, okay. If the entire Winker family, who is the person I'm going to love the most, and who's the one I'm going to want to kick out after about 24 hours?
All right. You're probably going to want to kick me out after the first hour. No doubt. Maybe for 2 hours. So I'm out. The person you're going to love the most. I'm going to, probably, I'm going to say my mom and my dad. I'm going to just throw them together. They're just so funny. They've cracked me up. They'd make you laugh too. It's funny to watch the Bills game with my dad. That's all I'm going to say. So my dad might jump ahead of my mom, just because him in a playoff Bills game is pretty funny. And I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay. Fair. What's your first Bills memory, by the way?
First Bills memory.
I mean, do you remember the Music City Miracle, or were you too young?
I was born in 93, so I think I was really too young. But I don't know. I always remember getting Jim Kelly jerseys and T-shirts, and so probably something along those lines. My parents had a Jim Kelly signed football, and I just remember always seeing that as a kid. So probably that they had a Jim Kelly signed football, and obviously Jim Kelly's a Hall of Famer, but what he means to the city of Buffalo is even more. So I'm bummed I didn't, my good years weren't watching Jim Kelly play football, but that's the cool part about sports. You get to hear stories, you get to watch highlights, and you get to see old video of him, and you just know how great of a quarterback he was.
All right, last thing, and then we'll move on to a bit more baseball talk. I know that in September on Sundays, a lot of guys are not in the dugout. They are checking the football. They are checking their fantasy teams. They are checking their bets. They are checking everything else. When the Reds fell out of contention, did you dip inside the clubhouse? I know you were banged up down the stretch and give a peek on the Bills' first few games.
To be honest with you, no, not really. I mean, actually, I'm trying to think. We got knocked out in Chicago, and that was only really like 5 games. It was 5 games ago. I don't remember what day of the week it was, but when they lost to the Steelers, I really didn't pay attention to it. And then
you didn't miss much.
Yeah, I don't think I think I may have checked like real early, or like if I was in the training room doing some treatment. Obviously, if I had my phone on me, I'd pull up my phone and check a score.
Got it.
But I wasn't following or watching by any means. I thought the app was going to work on my phone to be able to watch from my phone, or like a TV at home. It didn't work. So I was just catching scores at the end, and I was like, you know what? I'll watch them when it's time to watch them. That's it.
Yeah. No, well, the first few games after that Pittsburgh debacle, you're all good. You blanked Miami. You took care of Washington. There was some ugly football played by the other team. So whatever.
Yeah.
Your attention, please. Batting leadoff for the LA Dodgers is Lawnmower 4.0 from our friends at Manscaped. Yeah, this is a 4th-generation trimmer. It's going to help you dodge your hairy situation south of the equator, much like the Baltimore Orioles dodged the win column in 2021. I kid because I care. Anyway, the Performance Package 4.0 is Manscaped fastball right down the middle, takes care of all of your grooming needs, and it's waterproof as well. We got all sorts of stuff, including an ear and nose hair trimmer, which I really need, formulations, and 2 free gifts. You got a Shed travel bag. You also get the Manscaped boxer briefs, which Michelle Rose loves, by the way. You also have a crop preserver ball deodorant, a crop reviver ball toner. It's meant to keep you smelling fresh and keep you nice and clean. So once again, it's the Lawnmower 4.0. And here's the greatest deal of all. You get 20% off and free shipping when you use the code word ROSE at manscaped.com. I'm going to repeat that again. You get 20% off and free shipping when you use the code word ROSE at manscaped.com. It's the postseason. Clean yourself up for yourself and that someone special in your life. You had a really amazing year. You had an all-star year. Unfortunately, you got banged up, and it really kind of derailed the last 2 months of your season. But one thing that stuck out was your relationship with the Mets fans continued to just blossom. Did you ever get the sign when you threw that kid the ball? The one that said Jesse Winker's a bitch.
I didn't. I did not get the sign. Unfortunate, because I really wanted the sign. I ended up, for the rest of the year, I came out and I said, I'm collecting signs, and I actually had a couple from earlier in the year. I just kind of got them leaving the ballpark. And I ended up getting some really cool signs. There were some creative signs. So I appreciate everybody. It was fun, but that was the sign I wanted, and I wanted the most, and I didn't get it. I was thinking about putting it in a frame and putting it in my house somewhere, because I just thought it was so cool. Creative too. Let's talk about the creativity. The Jesse Winker is a bitch. So creative. And shout out to that kid. I don't want to say kid and him not be a kid, but I believe he was a kid. So shout out to him.
if said kid is watching, somehow we've got to make this happen. Get us here at the Rose Rotation. We will act as the intermediary to get Jesse Winker the sign. When you first turn around and you see the sign that says Jesse Winker is a straight up bitch, did you have to do a double take?
I did, and it made me smile. It made me laugh. I thought it was great. I loved it. I just thought it was hilarious. And I want to say a security guard took it or maybe ripped it up, because I don't know. Like, I mean, when somebody, first off, you can't really hear when you're playing in Citi Field. They had so many fans there. It was their first game, I think, wearing the black uniforms, and they were just packed there. And so they couldn't hear me from left field saying, "I want your sign." They could just probably see that I was pointing. And I think a security guard came and either took it or ripped it up or whatever. But I wanted to make sure I got him the ball and told him, like, I thought it was funny. And, I was happy to see that place packed and see fans back because, the year before, having nobody in the stands, it just stunk. So having them back and having them rowdy and having them, cheer on their team, it was fun. And I was happy that, I was happy that he brought the sign because it made me laugh. It was good.
So we've had a bunch of your Reds teammates on this year, including likely National League Rookie of the Year, Jonathan India. And so he talked a little bit about your personality when you are playing the field. Here we go.
He loves to talk out there. He's always messing with fans out there.
You can hear him?
Yeah, I hear him. Oh, my God. I mean, he's yelling from left field to us, just saying stuff. He's always yelling our names. And I'm the only one that really hears him. Farmer doesn't hear him. Suarez doesn't turn around. Like, Joe sometimes actually looks out here to mess with him, like saying stuff. But Wink, Wink, he's an energetic, fun, awesome person, and he loves to have fun during the game. So, I love it. And it's funny as hell when he's doing stuff out there. He's messing with the fans always.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. Yeah, I enjoy left field. Left field's fun. I really enjoy playing left field in Cincinnati. You want to talk about cities supporting teams and players, that city, they love their Reds, and we're very appreciative of them. But yeah, John's awesome too, man. John just had an outstanding year. And like you said, he's my vote for Rookie of the Year. He did it all year on both sides of the ball. It was so much fun to watch. The kid's an absolute stud, man. And yeah, it was fun playing with him this year. It was a good time for sure.
I want to get back to the talking stuff though. Like, how frequently are you chatting with fans out there? And what are you saying? What goes on?
I don't know. It's there's moments in the game where you can hear them, and then there's moments that there's not. If there's like something funny said, I'll give them like a thumbs up or something, like, yeah, that was good. If there's a good sign, I like to give them credit, but you can't acknowledge everything. It's impossible. If you try to flip a ball to a kid, and you just, before every game, I like to go out and just say, like, what's up to all the fans, wave to them. And, it's kind of just like a, I don't know, thanks. Home fans. Let me just say home fans.
Right.
I like to go out to our home fans and say hello. Just thank them for coming. They're coming out to support their team, and we appreciate that. And it's a little left field section, but they're very supportive and they get loud, and we appreciate that.
So I imagine are there times you get bored in the outfield and you're talking to yourself? I mean, if India's saying you're always talking, you must be talking to yourself.
I'm probably singing a song. Yes, I do talk to the infield. I do shout, like, I'll just shout John or Farmer or Gino. Like he said, those guys do ignore me. So usually John's the one looking over. And I don't know, Chris, I don't know what I'm saying sometimes. Maybe I'm yelling out like a rap song lyric or something. And John probably can't hear me. So he probably just nods to make me feel good, honestly. And then it's probably some rap song or some song. I'm probably singing something. And that's that.
Hey, we all want something out of life, and we want to help others in the process. I've got the perfect combination for you. It's called Charity Buzz. It's the premier online marketplace for cause. It's hosting a philanthropic trading card auction featuring highly coveted baseball, not to mention basketball cards as well. So all you have to do, head to cards.charitybuzz.com to explore the auction and bid on all the rare cards up for auction. That includes a Topps 1952 Mickey Mantle rookie card with a PSA grade 8. I'm going to repeat that again. 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle rookie card with a PSA grade of 8. That is big time stuff, folks. Now, all the funds raised will actually benefit at-risk youth through the Inspiring Children Foundation auction. It'll be live on Thursday, October 28th. So if you're an avid card collector who also wants your money to go out to a good cause, this is the perfect place for you. And if you just recently got into the hobby, you're interested in current players, that's cool too. They've got Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani rookie cards as well. So once again, visit cards.charitybuzz.com. You can also follow them at Charity Buzz on all major social media platforms, on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as well. Everybody that's come on this show from the Reds, India, Castellanos, everybody's got a Joey Votto story. What's yours?
Man.
Like, do you remember the first time you met him when you were a big time prospect and here's the MVP, all that sort of stuff? I mean, he's like the most interesting man on the planet.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of one. Man, I've seen him like call homers and do it. Which is amazing. You know, it's the highest level of baseball, and he's just able to call a homer and go do it. It's pretty cool. I don't know if I have one story though. He's a great dude. He's a great teammate. I've learned a ton from him over the years. So on and off the field. So thankful for that for sure. And he's awesome, man. He just had an outstanding year. He hit 36 homers. It was fun to watch, man. That guy can hit. He's always been able to hit. So it's fun to watch.
You know, one thing I loved about your season was when you found out you made the All-Star team and you let the emotions flow. You were teary talking about it. Retrospectively, how much did it mean once you were out in Colorado? Were you able to kind of take a deep breath and appreciate the moment?
I was. You know, it's probably the first time, you know, you're playing a baseball game and everything that happens, it just didn't matter. You know, whether you got a hit or hit a homer, cool, icing on the cake. But, you know, just being there and obviously starting in it, it was big for me personally, but it was also really big for my family. It was just kind of, we were all together, and it was just something that, you know, there was a lot of hard work that went into me being a baseball player, me getting into chasing this dream, and having everybody there that really that were my closest family members that had like the biggest impact throughout my life. It was huge, and it was awesome. It was something that it's one of my, like, from like a personal achievement standpoint, it's obviously very close to the top of the list right now. And it was just something that we'll always remember. And it was just cool being able, like, my daughter was there, and it was just cool having my whole entire family there, and they were happy. And I can see that. And it was just really, really cool it was just really cool to be a part of. And it was fun, man. It's still something that, like, looking back on it, it was just like, wow, like, you know, it was something that I always wanted to do as a baseball player, and achieving that was really cool. And, you know, I said it then, and I'll say it now. If I ever, you know, if I get the opportunity to go back to more, it's something that I'll always go to and lace them up, and hearing your name called at the All-Star game, it was just amazing. So I had a really good time with it.
Yeah. You know, we see the 2 for 4 nights. We see the 0 for 4 nights, whatever. We don't see the grind. We don't see mom and dad driving you to and from practice like a lot of parents do, you know, and
For sure.
Very, very small group get to realize their dreams. So when you get to reach the pinnacle of your sport, I thought it was wonderful that you showed all the emotions and let it flow. You were a first round pick, weren't you?
Yeah. First round supplementary pick, 49th overall.
Yeah.
2012 draft.
So I think that was the Correa draft, right?
It went Correa, then Buxton.
Yeah. So, you know, when you're picked that high, you're supposed to make it. But was there ever a time in the minor leagues where you're like, shit, I don't know if this is going to happen?
Oh, of course. I had a little streak of bad luck. So I got in a car accident in 2014. I was just called up to AA in Pensacola, and I got in a car accident. It just kind of ended my season. Then I went back to the fall league, and then went back to Pensacola, played the whole year there in 15, and then 16 and 17, I was in AAA. In 17, I got called up, and but really 2016, where I had like, by like number standards, I had like a good year, but I wasn't really driving the ball. I didn't feel really good. And there's always challenges along the way. And then it's, I just felt like that at that point, there was people saying I wasn't going to hit for power. And, you're 22, 23 years old, and you're still learning a lot about your swing, about yourself, about pitchers, about this and about that. And I just felt, a lot of pressure for hitting for power. And I think, I don't know, I think part of the emotion came from like, my first full season, I was part of a 4-man outfield rotation. And then there was one point for like a couple days, I was deemed like I was going to be coming off the bench. And then, in 19, I was kind of in a platoon role. And then in 2020, a similar role at the beginning. And then I got some playing time as a DH. And I just think, I just felt that I finally, I was playing left field, and I was playing from what I thought I was playing well, and I felt good about it. So I just think the emotion came out then. And, and then thinking about everything it took from my parents and my brothers to help, get me to this stage, it all kind of hits you fast. And, you're thinking about drives you made to East Cobb and perfect game showcases and this and that, and everything just kind of hit you, man. And so I cried, and it was something that, I was just really thankful for all the people that it took to get me to that moment. And, cause I think they say this about parenting, it takes a village. And I think you could say the same thing. It took a lot of important people in my life to help me get to that stage. So I was thankful for them.
That's awesome.
Hey guys, producer Rob here, wanting to let you know another week of the NFL season means another shot to win big at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. New customers can bet just $1 on any NFL game and win $100 in free bets if either team scores a point. The last 0-0 tie in the NFL was in 1943. So I'd say this is a no-brainer. Take Jesse Winker's Bills. It's that simple. They score 50 points a game. If Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, DraftKings won't leave you empty-handed. Everyone can play for huge cash prizes all season long with the DraftKings Daily Fantasy Sports Contests. DraftKings is giving all new customers free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes with their first deposit. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code ROSE. Throw down $1 on any NFL game and win $100 in free bets if either team scores a point. That's promo code ROSE this week at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 years or older, New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit and a $1 wager required. One per customer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Do you remember the day you got called up?
I do remember the day. It was in April, and we played the Brewers, and I struck out. And I remember being in the on deck circle and looking and seeing my parents. And I remember seeing my mom was crying. It was just, it was a really cool thing. It was cool that there's been little things that have happened to me along my career, like in my career, that my family's been there for. My first 3 home run game this past season in Cincinnati. My whole family was there for that. My grandma came down, my uncle came down, and my daughter was there. It was her birthday weekend. It was fun, man. It was cool. Just like, what are the chances that it happens on that weekend and that everybody's there for her birthday? So it was cool. It was there. And obviously, my family was there for my first hit, and there was just cool little things along the way that they've been a part of that. It's been cool.
Anybody there for your first big league home run against Jameson Taillon? By the way, the video of young, fresh prospect Jesse Winker is amazing.
Beardless. Nobody was there. Nobody was there for that. It was just me in Pittsburgh. And
Dude, look at that face.
I know, I'm watching it right now. Beardless. Yeah, nobody was there for that. But everybody in my family works, so for all of them to be able to take off work and line up coming to see my daughter on her birthday was really cool. And then they all kind of come, like my mom, my dad, and my brothers. They'll come like periodically through the season. Very rarely is it all together. So it's cool. Like they'll all kind of make their stops and spend some time in Cincinnati with me. So it's cool. I appreciate it.
Yeah, there's a lot of Wink Show coming through. I get. By the way, where's that ball?
What ball?
The home run ball, dude.
My first home run ball?
Yeah.
Oh, it's at I think old man Winker has it. Now that I think about it, I think my dad has it. So he's actually FaceTiming me right now.
Oh, tell Pops we're busy. Come on, old man Winker, go stare at that baseball instead. Let Rose have a little time with your kid.
Yeah, he just FaceTimed me. That's funny. But yeah, my dad has it for sure.
Good. All right. You ready to break down the NLCS a little bit?
Yeah, let's do it.
Good series. Second straight year we got Dodgers Braves. It's bizarre because the Dodgers, who won 106 regular season games, including a dramatic 3-2 series win over San Francisco, which was unreal baseball. They're actually the road team, even though the Braves won 18 fewer games. So they're going to start out games 1 and 2 on the road. You faced both staffs about the same, not a ton in your career with each of these pitchers. Who do you give the pitching edge to now?
Oh, man. Oh, right now? Who's going game 1? I know.
Well,
it's
probably going to be Max Fried for the Braves.
Okay.
And then the Dodgers, because they used Scherzer to close out game 5, because Buehler pitched game 4, and because Urias pitched game 5, and because there's no Kershaw, my guess is they're going to go either Gonsolin or an opener. At the time we're taping this right now, we don't know for sure. But that's probably the direction they'll go. Then they'll have Buehler on full rest for game 2, and then they'll be able to figure it out from there.
Right. That probably makes the most sense. It's tough, man. Which staff? I mean, they're both outstanding pitching staffs, right? I mean, they're both outstanding teams. It's hard to pick one. So who am I going to give the edge to? I guess you kind of have to go Dodgers, especially at full strength. Dodgers for sure. I don't know if Kershaw is pitching.
No, he's done.
So full strength Dodgers. I'm just going to go Dodgers. You got Buehler, Scherzer, Urias. Their bullpen's strong, super solid bullpen. The Braves have an outstanding pitching staff too. They have an electric bullpen as well. So it's tough to pick one. You're kind of putting me in a bad spot with that, but I think I'm going to give the Dodgers, pitching staff the edge.
Is there one guy on either staff that you have faced, even if it's just 1 or 2 times, where you're like, God, just nasty shit? Like, as a fan, if we ever stood in a batter's box, you'd be like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. Is it a Blake Trinan? Is it a Max Fried? Is it somebody else that we're not thinking about?
I mean, Fried's a very, very tough matchup. So from the Braves side, I'm going to give it to Fried. The curveball, he throws hard, he locates. He's a good competitor. And then on the Dodgers side, I think you have to give it to Scherzer, right? It's just like that guy, ultimate competitor. He's just nasty, man. He's just nasty.
Do you get thrown off with the eyes at all? Do you notice that?
No, I to be honest with you, I don't.
Okay.
When he was in DC, you would notice it because they have that billboard that has the 2 different eyes. But no, as a hitter, you're more worried about what he's going to be coming after you with. I don't want to downplay his eyes, but I'm not really thinking about that in the box. At that moment, I'm like, it's do or die. It's competition. So the eyes are kind of on the back burner. Got
it. Yeah. He's freakish, man. I've had a lot of teammates tell me, and I've known him for a long time. He is, he's a nut job, but in a good way. I want to talk about.
Is this yesterday?
Yeah, this is him again. And this is what he does after the wild card game. And then after game 5, he's doing the 37-year-old shirtless thing.
That's awesome. No, he's awesome, man. I mean, Hall of Famer. Like I said, I haven't been able to really, like, I think I've faced him 2 or 3 times, and I don't know if I've really had any, productive at bats against him. I think maybe a walk. But he's kind of, to be honest with you, he's carved me up since I faced him in 2018 on. So, he's just, like I said, he's an outstanding pitcher, and he's a Hall of Fame talent. So I'm going to give him the guy that if you were standing in the box, you'd be like, oh, wow.
Do you want to know or not?
Yeah, I mean, hit me. It's all good.
0 for 7, 4 Ks.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I don't know if there is, actually. Gotta be honest with you. Maybe not.
I mean,
maybe not. Hey, but you got 2 bombs off of Walker Buehler, including first pitch of the game this year.
Yeah, I mean, he's a stud too. He's an outstanding pitcher. Very tough matchup for everybody. And that, that's why I give them the edge, because it's like they have the starting pitching, they have the bullpen coming in behind them. They're just, they're a very good baseball team, and they're a very tough team to beat. And like you said, that Giants-Dodgers series was one for the books, man. That was a fun one to watch. And I think how many games did the Dodgers win? 1-0
during the regular season, 106. The Giants won 107.
Right. So the Dodgers have won 110 baseball games at this point. It's just, it's crazy. They're just a really good team. And it was a fun series to watch. And this NLCS is going to be a fun one to watch too.
All right. So what about the lineups? You've got the Braves, where the entire infield had at least 27 homers each. The Dodgers, you look at that vaunted lineup, but at times they really struggled to score some runs. I would say the biggest difference is that Mookie Betts seems to be back in peak form. I mean, he's a guy that can change a series on so many fronts, don't you think?
Yeah. He's an MVP, and he's, like you said, he could change the game on offense, change it on defense. He's an awesome baseball player. He's an absolute stud. He can hit. I think he is the best defensive right fielder in baseball. And having that guy on your team, it just, he does so much. Oh, and the base running. I forgot about the base running plays he made in the World Series last year. Was it the World Series, or maybe it was the NLCS? Maybe it was both last year. I forgot. He made some outstanding plays on the bases, and his career just speaks for itself at this point. And it's just, having that guy on your team, I would have, you're always in it.
So if we're having a fantasy baseball draft, just like all the position players are available, he's going 1, right? Based on who he is between these two teams.
Oh, between these two teams, as they stand right now.
Yeah.
Like no Acuna. Yeah.
Ooh, wait, Acuna's going ahead of him when healthy, huh?
I don't. Man, that's tough. I mean,
I don't think you'd be wrong.
I don't think anybody's wrong. It's just an opinion based thing at this point, right? Like
there's so many. Makes it fun. So let's go. You're not going to hurt anybody's feelings.
There's so many guys on both these teams that you could technically put 1, right? Like Freddie Freeman's another one. Like that guy, Freddie Freeman's one of the best hitters in baseball, one of the best hitters in baseball history. Let
me stop you there. Were you amazed when he took Hader deep to win that series?
Yeah, man, that was an unbelievable swing against Hader, who's one of the most dominant closers in baseball right now, probably the best bullpen arm in baseball right now. Who, that guy left on left, it's impossible. And I would assume when he faces righties, it's not that much easier anyway. So, to see Freeman hit that homer, that was unbelievable.
Okay. So it's like, although Cunha's not playing, it's like probably Mookie, then it's Freeman, then who? Trey Turner?
Yeah. Trey Turner, Seager.
I want to know who the next the next Brave is on the position. Is it Ozzy Albies? Is it Austin Riley?
Ozzy's solid. Like Ozzy's outstanding. I think Ozzy and then Riley. Man, this is hard.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was going to be this hard. I didn't agree to this.
There's a lot of good baseball players, man. This is what makes it fun. People want to know what makes these guys great. Like when you're watching them play, you're like, Jesus, he's really, really good.
I just think both teams are loaded with talent. I think Jock's had some big homers for the Braves so far.
You must appreciate his pimpness, man. Dude is wearing pearls on the field.
Yeah, I've gotten to know him a little more through Farmer, and he's a good dude, man. He's a cool dude, and he's taking some great swings, man. He looks, he's that ball he hit, the 3-run homer I think that was his most recent homer. He absolutely killed that ball. So he's got a good swing, man. He's a good player, really good player. Yeah, but both those teams are filled with them. They're filled with good players. It's going to be a great series. It's probably going to go 7 games. And then on the other side, it's Astros, Red Sox, right?
It is.
So that should be a great series as well. It's for people that really enjoy baseball. I think, you're obviously getting the 4 best teams, and it should be good baseball.
All right, I'm going to ask you the question I've asked every other active major leaguer now that we've hit the playoffs. Do you think most current players are rooting against the Astros because of what happened in 2017, or have you personally moved on?
Oh, I've definitely moved on. I think everybody, I don't want to speak for everybody and how they should feel about things. I don't think that's fair of me to do, but I would encourage moving on. Those guys, it was 4 years ago now. Like, yeah, I would just let it go. Like they're a great team. It's from top down, I have a great manager and it all goes down and it starts with the manager, and they're just a great team around them. And yeah, I've moved on from it. I know a few guys over there, grew up playing baseball against Lance McCullers, and, the stuff that came out, for me, I didn't play them in 2017, so it was really no hard feelings for me anyway. I was just getting called up, getting my feet wet. But I know I've known some of those guys for, before we even were in the major league. So I moved on from it pretty quick. And I just think I encourage people to do the same. Like it's been 4 years now. Like, come on.
I think a lot of people have trouble moving on because the players weren't penalized. The manager, the GM, the bench coach were all penalized. The players were not. And I think it's interesting because it's kind of a split. There's some active players who are like, yeah, I will look at them differently from here on out. And you're one of the guys who say, I don't. It's just really interesting.
Yeah, overall. It's just, it's just hard, right? I'm sure some of the guys that it affected them by playing against them, or, if whatever was happening, I'm sure they would feel a different kind of way. But for me, I'm just looking at it from a standpoint that it was 4 years ago.
Right.
Like they, you feeling a certain kind of way doesn't really bother them. Obviously, they're still a really good team. And, it was just something that, I understand the next year if guys felt a certain kind of way about it, but, now with this time, there's such a layoff between when it happened and now that if you're still kind of hanging your hat on that, I don't think it bothers them anyway. And doesn't bother me. Like I've moved on from it. And like I said, it didn't take me a while to move on from it anyway.
Give me a World Series prediction. We're down to 4. Who's playing in the Fall Classic?
Oh man. Astros. I'm going to go Astros Dodgers. That's my prediction.
Well, now we're on to something. A rematch of 2017 when it all went down. That'd be good for baseball. I got to be honest with you.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. It's funny, Chris, you caught me right now. I've been paying attention. Like I've watched some playoff games. I've been paying attention to it, but I've just had a lot of other stuff going on, getting stuff organized at my house. Like I said, I'm bringing my daughter home. So I haven't really been paying too close of attention. But I have been paying attention on Sundays. So I forgot that 2017, it was Astros Dodgers.
Yeah. No. Hey, listen, dude, you're allowed to decompress. When you go full bore from February all the way till early October, you're allowed to decompress a little bit,
I appreciate that. I appreciate you giving me the go ahead to decompress too. That means a lot.
I'm not giving you the go ahead. You had the go ahead. I'm just saying that some people are like, well, wait a second, you're still not watching. There's a lot of baseball players that just get away and I'll see you in February, man. I'm out.
Yeah. Right. No, yeah, but it's I have definitely been paying attention to it. It's been fun to watch. Actually, me and my brothers, we went to one of the Red Sox games down in Tampa.
You did?
Yeah, and then we went to the casino after. We went for like 7 innings, then we went to the casino and we played some blackjack.
How'd you do?
I lost that night. But one of my brothers lives in Tampa and it was just cool. He the whole city of Tampa, between the Bucks, the Lightning, and the Rays, they got something good going on there. My brother lives down there, and it was cool to just be able to go to a game and grab a beer and watch a few innings and then go to the casino. So that was.
By the way, does it look easier from the stands?
To be honest with you, I haven't been into the Trop since 2017 is the last. Wait, did we play there? Yeah, 17. And haven't been there since then, but I've never sat in the stands in the Trop. I was always on the field. Like in high school, we went and played games there or whatever. And we weren't that close. So to be honest with you, it was kind of hard to I just felt very far away from the action. So I just felt so far away. And it felt, obviously you're inside, so it just felt really dark in there. Yeah. But no, baseball's not an easy game by any means. Even sitting in the stands, you still have the appreciation for how hard this game is. And, guys are throwing 97, 98. It doesn't look any slower from the stands.
Got it. All right, I'm going to let you get ready for your trip back home. But before we do that, as we do with every guest here on the Chris Rose Rotation, we get to spin the wheel of moderately interesting things. So it's going to land on a category. Tell us the story. You like to name the wheel of moderately interesting things. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too easy for you.
What is it?
OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah.
Keep your mind checked, by the way, brother. Yeah. It's not what you're thinking. It's, who are you?
Well, you put the label down. You put the label down, not me. So you left it up for interpretation. I was just laughing.
Can I tell you that came from my wife, Michelle Rose, by the way?
Clever. But not only OnlyFans on the 69th episode. So it's like pretty epic that was the thing. But spin it.
I'm going to have to spin it again because it's all about, who you're a big fan of, what sports team. But we've already covered the Buffalo Bills stuff. So I'm going to go with, this will be good for you. I'm moving it one back to fasting, which is when you're hammered at night, the fast food joint you need to drive through.
Oh, man. Probably Taco Bell.
Ooh.
Probably.
Oh.
Don't sleep on a good Big Mac, though. Actually, time out. Waffle House.
Oh, you went big.
Waffle House. Waffle House is an all-timer. And they're always there for you, Waffle
You've been there at 2 a.m.?
I've been there at 2 a.m. before, for sure.
Do you go with a standard chicken and waffles, or do you kind of go off the board, or what do we do?
I think it's like a Grand Slam or something that I get from Waffle House. I think that's what it's called.
I think that's Denny's, but yeah, I think you're in the right neighborhood.
Wait, no, Waffle House has something. Let me fact check this. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, this is great because everybody can see at home how your label on your Zoom is Wink Show, which is it's the most pro thing ever, by the way.
I still haven't been it. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna embrace it. I've tried to get rid of it, and it just stays. It stays
Don't
up
you
there
dare.
on my.
Don't you dare change that. In fact, you know what? I would love for you to put Wink Show on. Is that your player's nickname?
It's the All-Star Special. That's what it's called.
The All-Star Special. What's in that? Is that just like everything? Eggs, bacon, pancakes? Wow, you're going to read it. Okay.
Yeah. So the ultimate in breakfast the ultimate in breakfast that balances value and taste. The variety of options makes this the go-to choice to make you an all-star at work, home, or play.
Oh.
Yeah. So we got 2 scrambled eggs with toast and jelly, choice of grits, hash browns, or sliced tomatoes, a waffle, and your choice of bacon, sausage, or city ham.
Okay. By the way, Waffle House is now taking credit for your all-star season, since in the description it said it'll make you an all-star at work.
I don't think one all-star season fits the bill. I think, it has to be, you have to kind of repeat that to get anything to, but if that's the thing, then I agree with you. I think it's something that there needs to be more of for it to kind of stick,
Ooh, look at that. That just looks tasty.
Solid. I like how they have the syrup perfectly drizzled on the waffle.
Yeah, because that's the way it always comes out of the jar.
Right. Yeah. That's like a perfect breakfast right there. If you were to draw up perfect breakfasts,
I'm going to give you a little secret.
Looking, obviously it's not healthy, but looks the part.
I did a commercial shoot for a food place. This must have been 15 years ago. It was ridiculous. What they pay you for, and I'm like a D-lister, and I got paid a ridiculous amount of money to do a 3-day commercial shoot, but it was for a food place. They have a food specialist who is there to strictly make the food look as presentable and tasty as possible. She comes up to me. She goes, "Listen to me, young man. Do not," and I'm going to repeat, "you do not eat this." And I was like, "But it looks great." She's like, "I have put so much glue inside of all this food to keep it perfectly wrapped. If you put that in your mouth, we're going to have to send you to the hospital." And I was like, so when you see all this stuff perfectly laid out in a commercial or in a print ad or on the internet or wherever it is, just remember that's syrup.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's probably rubber cement.
Yeah, that's disappointing because I was I was hoping that they just happened to capture the perfect breakfast one day at Waffle House at some restaurant that they're like, "Oh, you nailed it. We need this one." But yeah, that's unrealistic, huh?
Yeah, it is.
But
listen, my friend, it was great catching up. I appreciate the time. I really do. Keep in touch. We'll be talking Bills and Browns on our texts as we frequently do here in the off season. My team needs to pick it up a little bit. Yours just needs to continue to coast in that.
What was my prediction?
Browns Bills AFC title game.
Yeah, I'm sticking to it.
I was at the Browns Bills only playoff game in 1990. Do you know this?
No, was it in Cleveland?
It was in Cleveland, and it was a remarkable game. Go spin it up on YouTube. I don't know how. First of all, Thurman Thomas, I think he caught 13 or 14 passes on us. Clay Matthews, everybody's like, "Wait, Clay Matthews, the guy that played for the Pack?" His dad, who should be in the Hall of Fame, intercepted a Jim Kelly pass with about 10 seconds to go at the goal line, preserving, I believe it was a 35-31 win, I want to say.
Epic victory.
It was. And, there were so many Bills fans because it's only a 3.5-hour drive from Buffalo to Cleveland.
So was that the AFC title game?
It was not. It was the divisional round. And in typical Cleveland fashion, we lost the next week to the Denver Broncos in the AFC Championship. There it is. There it is. Yet, don't bring up the name Ronnie Harmon to any Bills fan. If your parents are huge Bills fans, don't bring up the Ronnie Harmon game in Cleveland because he dropped what would have been the game-winning touchdown with about 25 seconds to go. And here's Thurman Thomas. This is where we just couldn't cover him. Oh, God, I was so pissed. I was at this game, and I was like...
I forgot about Thurman Thomas, which is like, I shouldn't say, but I didn't forget about him. But it's like, I always mention Jim Kelly, and I forget to mention Thurman Thomas. Like, Thurman Thomas, what a running back.
Oh,
What a
Dude,
running
your
back.
whole team, your whole offense running that K gun was
Yep.
absolutely ridiculous.
Andre Reed, Don Beebe. I'm still looking for a Don Beebe jersey. Haven't been able to find one. Maybe somebody from up in Buffalo could send me one. I want a
Yeah.
Beebe jersey.
Well, there's Andre Reed getting a catch right in front of Felix Wright. There's number 57, Clay Matthews. But look at you guys. This is the last. For those of you that are audio only, we're watching the last 40 seconds of the playoffs here. All right, Jim Kelly's going to spike it. There's Michael Dean Perry, number 92 for us on defense. There's the late Browns owner, Art Modell, who, of course, moved the team to Baltimore and gave Chris Rose his first ever job.
Wow. Fun fact.
Yeah. Not so fun for a lot of Browns fans, but yeah. Here we go. 34 seconds to go. Here's Kelly working it downfield. Oh, drop. There's Don Beebe.
He gave you your first job?
Yeah, I was a ball boy for the Browns when I was 17.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
God. Can we stop Thurman Thomas? All right, here comes the drop by Ronnie Harmon. You might want to look away.
I wasn't even alive at this point.
This is in the corner of the end zone closest to me. By the way, Nick Saban, the defensive. No, that's Bud Carson's staff. That's a year early for.
Wow, look at Nick Saban.
No, that's not Saban. That's
not
Jed.
Saban?
What was his name? Jed.
That looks like Nick Saban, though.
It looks exactly like Saban. That's why I got thrown off. But he was on Belichick's staff.
Look at these Buffalo Jackets.
Dude, the late Ted Marcher. Bro, there's Frank Reich, the Colts coach.
Yep. Greatest comeback in NFL history, Frank Reich.
He also, I believe, has the greatest college comeback as well.
Yeah,
when he was
Boston College?
University of
Maryland. Was it against Boston College?
I think it was against Miami.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't even close. I don't know why I said
All right, here we go. You ready for Ronnie Harmon to drop it in the end zone? You're going to be pissed.
I'm really not going to be pissed. I promise you. We'll watch it.
Here it is.
Oh, man.
That would have won the game with 10 seconds to go.
That was a really good throw.
It was a great throw. And then here's not as good a throw coming up.
Damn, that was a great throw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sometimes you drop the ball. That happens.
All right, Clay, let's go. Pick it off, and then I got to wrap this interview because I got to get Jesse on his way. Thank you.
Wow. What a game, though, huh?
Dude, I think it was 34-30, actually, not 35-31, if I'm not mistaken. It was 4 points. Oh, God. I was going nuts. I could not believe it. Oh,
I can imagine.
Oh, my stomach is still turning. Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't even born.
No, I know. Well, there you go. You just got a little more Buffalo Bills history.
Yeah, there's some history.
Chris Rose
right
rotation.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I guess my parents or my dad didn't teach us about anything before the 4 Super Bowl losses. So he didn't even want to go that far, probably.
You can, you know what? You FaceTime him back since he tried to interrupt our pleasant conversation. You say, well,
Ronnie Harmon. Ronnie Harmon. I'm just going to say Ronnie Harmon, and I'll text you.
I was watching the Cleveland playoff loss, and what happened with Ronnie Harmon, Dad? Why'd you drop that ball? Like, shut up, son. All right, dude. Have a great off season. Let's be in touch. All right. Enjoy your daughter. I'm sure you will. And the rest of your family. And enjoy those hard charging Buffalo Bills.
Yeah. Nobody circles the wagon. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate you.
As Chris Berman likes to say, nobody, I say nobody, circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
Hey, that's pretty good. What? I'm out of here.
All right, Wink. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. For our outstanding editor and producer extraordinaire, Robbie Scirocco, I'm Chris Rose. We'll see you next time on the Chris Rose Rotation, a production of JOMBOY Media.